Hi guys, here is USGS National Map Viewer, which is a very cool tool to help us explore geology around the world, specifically the United States. You can see down here, I can see the latitude and longitude, where my cursor is at. I can also make that go away if I want, and I can copy and paste a latitude and longitude and go exploring. It'll take me there. Normally it's going to have me zoom in too much, like this is zoom level 18. I'll probably want something more like zoom level 14, maybe zoom level 12. And I can close that out, and here I can see the Yukon River and that braided river system. Here it gives me a graphic scale, it gives me a numeric scale, so I can really start to see what I'm looking at. Right here, I can change the base imagery. Most of these aren't going to be terribly useful for a lot of our purposes. USGS National Map is pretty good. Topographic is pretty good. They unfortunately got rid of USA Topo maps. I can make that go away. But I can use this ArcGIS website, still pasting in the same latitude and longitude. Notice I can still easily see the topo maps that give a lot of good detail. So seeing the topo maps are nice, but there's not as many tools on this ArcGIS website. So back on the National Map Viewer, some cool things I can do is I can do some profiles. This icon right here, this is going to allow me to do an elevation profile. So let's say I want to do a longitudinal profile of the Yukon River. Click New Profile, and then I click and drag across. And notice it's going to start to build that for me, and I can double click to make it go away, and it looks pretty crazy. But notice this has some pretty extreme vertical exaggeration. My horizontal scale, 1 kilometer, 2, 3, 4 kilometers. I'm almost 5 kilometers across, and notice I'm only a few meters up and down, 137 meters, 134 meters. So I'm a very extreme vertical exaggeration. And here you can see this is where some of the river channels are. There's where some of the river banks are. I can even get some more information down here. What's the max slope? What's the average slope of where I have drawn my line across? And once I'm done with it, I can just delete that one, and I could always draw a new one. So let's say instead of a longitudinal profile, maybe I want to make a profile across. I can go somewhere else, copy and paste in my new latitude and longitude, zoom out some. Again, I can also see that here in the ArcGIS website, so I can see the nice topo map views, where I can really see these very, very deep valleys cutting through. So on the National Map Viewer, maybe I could make a profile down one of these valleys. And notice if I just keep clicking along, it'll take that path for me and slowly develop a profile going down the stream, following that stream bed for a ways. And while it might be a little weird where you're thinking, well, notice there's these little peaks as I go down. How's the water going to flow over that? Well, that's just because I haven't really taken a very precise path down the river. I've gotten fairly decent, but notice also as I drag it around, I can see exactly where I'm at on my profile, my longitudinal profile going down the stream. And notice even without the profile view, I can click right here to get a spot elevation where it's going to show me the exact latitude, longitude, and what's the elevation of this point. And with the profile, one other nice thing, while I've got some pretty decent vertical exaggeration as we noted, I can always change it to uniform chart scaling, and so we can see even though I have some pretty good change in elevation over 6 kilometers that we ran this line, it's not actually that much of a change in elevation.